Now let's take up questions from exercise 13. The first question, it says a bag contains 1 rupee coins, 50 paisa coins and 25 paisa coins. So I'll say denominations are 1 rupee, 50 paisa and 25 paisa. And then ratio of number of coins. So number of coins of these denominations, number of coins of these denomination is, ratio of number of coins is 5 is to 6 is to 8. So I've just written them in front of each other, in front of their respective values. And then the question says if the total value of money is 420 rupees, find the number of coins of each type. Now there are various methods of doing this question. Now one method is, let's assume that the actual number of coins is 5, 6 and 8 respectively. So what will happen? We'll get the net values as, let's see, 1 rupee, 5 coins, the value will be rupees 5. 50 paisa, 6 coins, the value will be 3 rupees. I hope you can see how we are multiplying. So 1 rupee coin value, and there are 5 coins. So total value of 5 coins of 1 rupee would be 5 rupees. 50 paisa coins, there are 6 coins, the value will be 3 rupees because 1 50 paisa coins is half a rupee. Similarly, 25 paisa coins, 1 25 paisa coins is 1/4 of a rupee. Multiplied by 8, so it becomes 2 rupees. Right? So the total amount in this case comes out to be 5 plus 3 plus 2, that is 10 rupees. And this 10 rupee consists of total number of coins as 5 plus 6 plus 8, that is 5 plus 6, 11 plus 8, 19 coins. Right? So 10 rupees has total of 19 coins. Now the question is find the number of coins of each type. Here, instead of 10 rupees, the amount given is 420 rupees. Alright, let me put it another way, one more time. So amount is 10 rupees that has total coins 19. Out of this 19, 1 rupee coins are 5, 50 paisa coins are 6, 25 paisa coins are 8. Now instead of 10, if there were 420 rupees, that's what the question says, then the number of coins will be. So this is a simple question of unitary method. As you can see, 10 42 times is 420. So every value here will get multiplied by 42. So 19 multiplied by 42, multiply, see what happens. So it will become 840 minus 42. So it is 798 is the total number of coins. Right? If you want to find directly the 1 rupee coins and 5 multiplied by 42, it will give us 42 into 5, that is 210 coins. If you want to find 50 paisa coins directly, then it is 6 into 42, that will be 252 coins. If you want to calculate the number of 25 paisa coins directly, you can do it like this, multiply by 42. So 8 4s are 320 and 16, so 336 coins. Right? So this is one very good way of doing this question. So what we did was we assumed that the ratio given itself is the number of coins. Right? So our answers are 210, 252 and 336 coins. Okay. So this was a very good question. Without using variables, we could do this. Alright. Now there is one more way of doing the same question, and that can be done like this. Let's assume that the number of coins are, ratio of number of coins is given 5 is to 6 is to 8. So let the number of coins be 5x for 1 rupee coins, 6x for 50 paisa coins, and 8x for 25 paisa coins. 25 paisa coins. Okay. Now the total value How will you calculate total value? So there are 5x coins of 1 rupee each. So it is 5x into 1 rupee plus 6x coins of 50 paisa. Now 50 paisa is 0.5 rupees. Then 8x into 25 paisa. 25 paisa is 0.25 rupees per coin. And total value given in this question is rupees 420. So 420 is equal to 5x plus 3x. 6 into 0.5 will be 3. 8 into 0.25 will be 2. So 2x, which is equal to 10x. So we get the value of x as 420 upon 10, that is 42. Hence, the number of coins would be calculated as, let's say, for 1 rupee would be equal to 5x. So it is 5 into 42, which is equal to 210. Right? And similarly, you can calculate for others. For 50 paisa, it is 6x. So it is 6 into 42, which is 252. And for 25 paisa, it is equal to 8x. So it is 8 into 42, which is 336. So there are two ways of doing this question. Okay, but I would suggest that the first method would have been a little better. Let's try the second question. Second question says the bag contains 25 paisa. So the denominations in this question are 25 paisa, 10 paisa and 5 paisa. And the number of coins are in the ratio 1 is to 2 is to 3. So what we'll do, we'll assume 1 and 2 and 3 to be the actual number of coins. And then the total value, net value will be equal to, straight away we can calculate 25 paisa into 1 coin. So let it be 0.25 rupees plus 10 paisa into 2 coins. So 0.20 rupees plus 5 paisa into 3 coins. So it will be 0.15 coins, rupees. So the total amount becomes 0.6 rupees. So 0.25 plus 0.20 plus 0.15, that is 40% is 60. So it is 0.6 rupees. Alright. Whereas in the question, it is given that the total amount is 30. Right? And the question is asking what is the number of 5 paisa coins. Now you see, you can use unitary method here. Out of 0.6 rupees, there are 3 coins of 5 paisa. I repeat, out of 0.6 rupees, there are 3 coins of 5 paisa. Then out of 30 rupees, how many coins will be of 5 paisa? So a simple question of unitary method, we can directly do it. 3 into 30 divided by 0.6. Okay, 3 into 30 divided by 0.6. So it comes out to be 90 by 0.6, and if you remove decimal, there will be one more 0. So 90 by 0.6, which is 900 by 6, which is 150. So there are 150 coins of 5 paisa. Okay, so this is how we could solve this directly. Now question number 3. This is a slightly tricky question. It says the bag contains 490 coins. So the total number of coins is given, and the rupee 150 paisa and 25 paisa coins are there, and their value worth is in the ratio 5 is to 6 is to 8. Find the value worth of 50 paisa and 25 paisa coins. So let's assume that the number of coins are x, y and z for 1 rupee coins, 50 paisa coins and 25 paisa coins respectively. So their net worth will become, by multiplying 1 rupee into x coins, so it will become x rupees. 50 paisa into y, so 50 paisa is half a rupee, so it is y by 2 rupees. And 25 paisa into z will become 25 paisa is 1/4. So it is Z by 4 rupees. Alright, I repeat. So 1 rupee coins and X coins. So it becomes X rupees. 50 paisa coins is half a rupee into Y coins. So it becomes Y by 2 rupees. And Z is the number of coins. So 25 paisa coins. So it becomes Z by 4 rupees. Right? Now the ratio of the net worth, that is X is to Y by 2 is to Z by 4, that is given. That is given as 5 is to 6 is to 8. Alright. Now from here we have to find X is to Y is to Z. Okay. Let's see. X is to Y is to Z. What will happen? Now X, that does not have any factor. Y is divided by 2, Z is divided by 4, and the other side we have 5 is to 6 is to 8. So from here, if we want to find X is to Y is to Z, what we need to do is, X we are not doing any change, so 5 will not change. Now instead of Y by 2, we have made it Y. That means we have to multiply by 2. So Y corresponding to Y, the number here is 6. So multiply by 2 to get 12. Similarly, Z by 4, we are taking it as Z. That means we are multiplying by 4. Corresponding to Z, the number here is 8. So multiply by 4 to get 32. So the ratio of X, Y, Z is 5 is to 12 is to 32. Alright. Now, we know the total number of coins is 490. And the ratio of number of coins we have calculated, 5 is to 12 is to 32. So we can find the number of coins of each of them. So number of coins of each of them, let's say for 1 rupee. For 1 rupee, it is X, and that is equal to 5 divided by 5 plus 12 plus 32 is 449 into 490. So 49 cancels 490 10 times, so it becomes 50 coins. Alright. Similarly, for 50 paisa, the number of coins is Y. So Y will be equal to 12 divided by 49 into 490. That will be 49 cancels 490 10 times, so 120 coins. Similarly, number of coins of 25 paisa, that will be equal to Z, that is 32 divided by 49 into 490. So 49 10 times 490, 32 into 10 is 320 coins. Now corresponding to each one of them, we can find their worth. So 50 coins of 1 rupee would be worth rupees 50. 120 coins of 50 paisa would be worth 120 ka half, that is 60 rupees. And 320 coins of 25 paisa would be worth 1/4 of 320, that is 80 rupees. Right? The question is asking the worth of 50 paisa coins and 25 paisa coins. So the answer would be 60 rupees and 80 rupees. Okay. Question number 4. It says 45 liters of milk and water, mixture of milk and water in the ratio 4 is to 1. So first of all, divide 45 liter in the ratio of milk is to water 4 is to 1. Sorry, milk is to water 4 is to 1. Right? How will you do that? So milk would be equal to 4 by 5 into 45, and water would be equal to 1 by 5 into 45. So that comes out to be 5 cancels 45 9 times, so 9 4s are 36 liters milk, and water comes out to be 5 cancels 45 9 times, so it is 9 liters. So in our 45 liter mixture, milk is 36 liters and water is 9 liter. Okay. Now the question says how much water must be added to the mixture so that the ratio of milk and water becomes 3 is to 2. Now the second part of the question. Let's assume that we add X liter of water. Okay. The question is asking how much water must be added. So let's assume that we add X liter of water. Alright. Now that means milk will remain same, that is 36, and water will become 9 plus X. That ratio, the new ratio should be equal to 3 is to 2. From here, 3 cancels 36 12 times. So we have 12 into 2, 24 is equal to 9 plus X. Okay. So X is equal to 15 liters. That means the quantity of water required to be added is 15 liters. Alright. So I repeat. First, what we do is we calculate the actual amount of milk and water in the mixture of 45 liters. Okay, then that is 36 liter and 9 liter. Now milk remains same, 36 liters. Water, suppose we add x liters, so it becomes 9 plus x. Now the new quantities are milk 36 liter and water 9 plus x liter. The ratio of these two new quantities is equal to the new ratio 3:2. Okay, so 36 upon 9 plus x is equal to 9 by 2, 3 by 2. On simplification, we get 24 equal to 9 plus x, x equal to 15 liters. So the quantity of water required to be added is 15 liters. Okay, let's take up next question. The next question is question number 5. It says, in a mixture of 35 liters, the ratio of milk and water is 4:1. This seems to be a pretty easy question. Straight away we take it as 35 liter, divide in the ratio of milk and water as 4:1. I'm so sorry. Milk is to water as 4:1. Okay, so we can calculate the quantity of milk as I'll write it here. Milk would be equal to 4 by 5 into 35. 5 7 times cancels. 7 4s are 28 liters. Okay. Then similarly, water would be 1 by 5 into 35. So it is 7 liters. Right. Now the question is saying 7 liter water is added. Find the new ratio. 7 liter water is added. So new ratio of milk is to water will be, milk will remain same as the original quantity, that is 28, but the water will become, 7 liter was the original quantity, 7 liter we are adding, so it must become 14 liters. So 18:14. Now if we cancel by it gets cancelled by 14, so it is 2:1 is the final ratio. Okay, this is a much simple question, right? Question number 6. A mixture contains alcohol and water in the ratio 4:3. If 7 liter water is added to the mixture, the ratio of alcohol and water becomes 3:4. Right? Find the quantity of alcohol in the mixture. Let's assume that original quantities of alcohol and water. So alcohol quantity, let's assume it to be 4x. And water quantity, let's assume it to be 3x. Why? The ratio is 4:3, so we can assume it to be 4x and 3x. Now, if 7 liter water is added, that means there would be no change in the quantity of alcohol. So in the new case situation, alcohol will remain 4x, whereas the water will become 3x plus 7, right? And in the new case, ratio of 4x and 3x plus 7 is given to be 3:4. Alright, the new ratio of alcohol to water is 3:4. So from here we can calculate x. So cross multiply, 4 into 4x is 16x. Now 3x plus 7 into 3 will be 9x plus 21. So we have 16x minus 9x, that is 7x equal to 21. So we have x equal to 3. Right? This is the value of x. But the question is asking what is the quantity of alcohol in the mixture. That means the original quantity. So original alcohol quantity would be equal to 4x. X is 3, so it is 4 into 3, which is 12 liters. That's how it has to be solved. Alright, so this is one very beautiful question that we just did. Right? I repeat. The original ratio is given 4:3. So let's assume the quantity is to be 4x and 3x. Do not worry about the final ratio. Now in the new case, the alcohol remains unchanged, so it will remain 4x. The water will be added 7 liters. So original quantity was 3x plus 7. Now the new quantities are 4x for alcohol and 3x plus 7 for water. The new ratio will be 4x is to 3x plus 7, and that is equal to 3 by 4. Right? If you solve this, you will get the value of x to be 3 liters, and the original alcohol quantity will be 4x, which is 4 into 3, that is 12 liters. Okay. Now the next question, question number 7, it says two numbers are in the ratio 6:13. Let's assume the numbers to be 6x and 13x. If the first number is increased by 4 and the second number is decreased by 18, the ratio becomes 2:3. So original numbers we have taken 6x and 13x. In the new case, the first number is increased by 4, so it becomes 6x plus 4. And the second number is decreased by 18, so it must become 13x minus 18. And the ratio of these two numbers now is equal to 2:3. Alright, so the first number increased by 4, second number decreased by 18, and the new ratio is 2:3. Now cross multiply and calculate the value of x. So 3 is multiplied to 6x plus 4, so it becomes 3 into 6x 18x plus 12 is equal to 13x minus 18 into 2, so it is 26x minus 36. 36 bring it to the left side, so 12 plus 36 will be 48. 18x goes to the other side, so 26x minus 18x will be 8x. So x is equal to 48 by 8, that is 6. So the question is find the number. So the numbers were 6x, that is 6 into 6, which is 36, and 13x, that is 13 into 6, which is 78. So this was a very good question. Similarly, the next question, question number 8, it says two numbers are in the ratio 2:3. If 8 is added to each of them, they stand in the ratio 3:4. We'll follow the same procedure. Let's assume the original numbers to be 2x and 3x. Alright. Now add 8 to each of them. So it becomes 2x plus 8, and the second number becomes 3x plus 8. This is the new ratio, and it must be equal to the new ratio, that is 3:4. Cross multiply and calculate the value of x. So 4 into 2x is 8x plus 32 is equal to 9x plus 24. So 4 multiplies to 2x plus 8 and 3 multiplies to 3x plus 8. So we have, let's send 8x to the right hand side, 24 comes to the left hand side. So 32 minus 24 is 8 is equal to x. So we get the value of x. That means the original numbers are 2x, which is equal to 2 into 8, that is 16. And the other number is 3x, which is 3 into 8, that is equal to 24. So the numbers are 16 and 24. Okay. Now question number 9. Question number 9, it says the teacher-student ratio. So teacher is to student ratio is 1:20. And teacher to book ratio is 1:350. Here in this case, we have to combine these two ratios, and it's already given T is the common quantity and the value of T is the same. So straight away we can combine T is to S is to B, that is teacher is to students is to book, that will be 1:20 is to 350. And the question is very clearly mentioned that the number of books is 7,000. That means 350 stands for 7,000. So we can directly use unitary method and see 350 is 20 times 7,000. 350 is 20 times 7,000. So 20 times will become 400, and 20 times will become 20. So that means the number of teachers is 20, number of students is 400, number of books is 7,000. Alright, so the question is asking find the number of students. So there are 400 students in this law school. Okay, so very simply we can do this question. Question number 10. Still, it is one of the previous questions. It said two numbers are in the ratio 3:5. Each number is increased by 10. The ratio becomes 5:7. That means the numbers are. Okay, so let's assume the original numbers to be 3x and 5x. I'll directly write this relation, 3x and 5x. Both are increased by 10. So add 10 to both of them, and the net ratio becomes 5:7. If you cross multiply and solve, you'll get the value of x. It is 21x plus 70 equal to 25x plus 50. So that means 50 comes to the left side, 21x goes to the right side. So we have 20 equal to 4x, x equal to 5. Once you get the values of x, that means the original numbers, which are 3x and 5x. 3x will be 3 into 5, which is 15. and 5x would be 5 into 5, that is 25. The original numbers are 15 and 25. Okay, so that is question number 10. Now let's take up question number 11. It says ratio between two numbers is 2 is to 3. Ratio between two numbers is 2 is to 3. If each number is increased by 4, the ratio becomes 5 is to 7. Still the same process. We'll directly take the numbers to be 2x and 3x and add 4 to both. So each number is increased by 4. So add 4 to both. The new ratio is equal to 5 is to 7 again. So calculate the value of x. So if you cross multiply, 7 into 2x plus 4 will be 14x plus 28 is equal to 5 into 3x plus 4 will be 15x plus 20. So suitable subtractions, 14x go to the other side, 20 comes to the left hand side. So we have 8 is equal to x. And that means the original numbers are 2x, which is equal to 2 into 8, that is 16, and 3x, which is equal to 3 into 8, which is 24. Right? So the original numbers are 16 and 24. Okay, this was question number 11. Now question number 12, it says two numbers are in the ratio 5 is to 6. 5 subtracted from each number, the ratio becomes 4 is to 5. Alright, same thing that we can do. We can also use options in such questions, right? That is always there. But yeah, I'm just giving you the proper method also. Two numbers are in the ratio 5 is to 6. So take the numbers as 5x and 6x. Subtract 5 from each other. So minus 5, minus 5. Now the new ratio of these two quantities is equal to 4 is to 5. Cross multiply and solve to get the value of x. So 5 into 5x is 25x minus 25 is equal to 4 into 6x is 24x minus 20. So bring 24x on the left hand side and 25 to the other side. So we have x is equal to 5. Once you get the value of x, you can calculate the original numbers, and the original numbers are 5x and 6x. So 5x would be equal to 5 into 5, that is 25, and 6x would be equal to 6 into 5, that is 30. Alright, so these are very simple and easy questions. Okay. Now the next question is a question related to ages. Question number 13. It says the ratio of present ages of Suresh and Mahesh is 7 is to 5. Straight away assume Suresh age to be 7x, Mahesh age to be 5x. Then the question is saying that after 6 years, their ages will be in the ratio of 4 is to 3. Now see that after 6 years, both of them, ages of both of them would increase by 6 years. So the new ages would be 7x plus 6 and 5x plus 6. The ratio of the new ages is equal to 4 is to 3. That's what the question is saying. So it's similar to one of the previous questions. Okay. Now cross multiply to get 3 into 7x, that is 21x plus 18 equal to 20x plus 24. So we have x is equal to 6. Once you get the value of x, you can calculate Suresh age, that is 7x, that is 7 into 6, which is 42 years. Okay. And Mahesh age would be equal to 5x, which is 5 into 6, that is 30 years. Okay. So the present ages of Suresh and Mahesh we have calculated. The question is asking the present age of Mahesh, which is 30 years. Okay. Now let's take the next question, that is question number 14. Find the fourth proportional to the numbers 60, 48 and 30. We have already seen the meaning of fourth proportional would be, it is written like this: 60, 48 and 30. The first three numbers are given. We will assume the fourth proportional to be x, and the relation is given as ratio of first two quantities is equal to the ratio of last two quantities. I hope you remember this. Now simplify it. 60 upon 48, it will be cancelled by 12. So 60 5 times, 12 5 times and 12 4 times. Now cross multiply. Before that, 5 cancels 30 6 times. So straight away we get x equal to 4 into 6, which is 24. But the important thing was the definition. If there are four numbers which are proportional, if there are four numbers in sequence and proportional, The relation is the ratio of first two quantities is equal to ratio of last two quantities. So straight away 60 upon 48 equal to 30 upon x. You can solve whichever way you wish to, but you should get the x value or the last value to be 24. Okay. Question number 15, it says the same thing. Find the value of x in the following proportion. 27 is to 72 equivalent to, this is the sign of equivalent, that is equal to, x is to 8. So what we do, 27 upon 72 equal to x upon 8. So from here we have to find the value of x. Okay, so it is, I think x is equal to 27 into 8 upon 72. So 8 cancels 72 9 times and 9 cancels 27 3 times. So the required value of x is equal to 3. Alright, this is the answer of this question. Okay. Now question number 16, it says find third proportion to the numbers 4 and 42. I hope you remember 4, 42, third proportion to be taken as x, and the rule is 4 by 42. The ratio of first two should be equal to the ratio of last two. So 42 divided by x for three numbers. So from here x is equal to 42 into 42 divided by 4. So if you cancel by 2, it becomes 21, and 2 cancels 42, 21. So x is equal to 441. That's the answer of this question. Okay. Question number 17, it says 18 is to x is equal to x is to 8. Right? Simple question. 18 upon x is equal to x upon 8. So we have x into x equal to 18 into 8. So x square is 18 into 8, which is 144. Alright, so x is equal to 12. Okay, so these are all very easy questions. Everybody should be able to solve them. 18th question, it says third proportional to 0.8 and 0.2. So 0, 0.8, 0, 0.2 and x. So what we do is 0.8 upon 0.2 is equal to 0.2 upon x. As you can see, it is 8 upon 2 is 4. So 4 is equal to 0.2 upon x. So x is equal to 0.2 upon 4, and that is equal to 0.05. Okay, so it is 0.05. So simple. So these are simple questions. Okay. Question number 19. This again is back to fourth proportional. So there are four numbers: 0, 0.2, 0, 0.12, then 0.3, and let's assume the fourth proportional is x. So remember, the ratio is to be taken as ratio of first two numbers, then ratio of last two numbers, and equate them. So 0.2 upon 0.12 or 12 is equal to 0.3 upon x. So if you calculate, it is x is equal to 0.3 into 0.12 divided by 0.2. So if you remove all the decimals, we will have 3 into 12 divided by 2 into 100. Right? So 2 cancels 12 6 times, 2 cancels 6 3 times, and 100 as, or if you have to present in decimal, it will be 0.09. 1 second. So it becomes 50, or we don't need to cancel. Let it be, okay, I've written it, so it is 9 by 50, or let it be 18 by 100 only, because then it can be presented in decimal as 0.18. Very simply. Okay. Now question number 20. It is a very simple question of terms. There is a term that you need to know. It says in the ratio 11 is to 14, 11 is to 14, the antecedent is 55. The consequent is, the first number is called antecedent. This is called antecedent. Antecedent. And the second number is called consequent. So the only thing is that you need to know this, right? And the first number antecedent is already given 55. So 11 is given 55. So 14 will be how much? This we can do directly by unitary method. This is 11 by 14 is equal to 55 by x. Let's say x is the consequent. So 11, 5 times 55, so x is equal to 70. Or we could have done it directly without writing anything. Mentally we could do 11 5s are 55, so 14 5s are 70. That's it. That's what we had to do in this question. Okay. Now comes question number 21. It says the mean proportional between 64 and 81. I hope you remember in theory we had done when we have to find mean proportional. What we do is we place x in between the given numbers. So 64, x and 81, they are in proportion, and the relation written as ratio of first two quantities is equal to ratio of last two quantities. Okay, so we have x into x, that is x square, equal to 64 into 81. Now you see 64 is 8 square and 81 is 9 square. So what will happen? X will become equal to 8 into 9, and that is 72. So the mean proportion of 64 and 81 is 72. Okay. Similarly, question number 22. It says the mean proportional of 0.25 and 0.04. Same process as we did in 21st question. We will assume 0.25 comma x as the mean proportional, and the third number is 0.04, and then we write the ratio as 0.25 upon x is equal to x into 0.04. Okay, so we have x into x, that is x square, is equal to 0.25 into 0.04. You should see that you do not need to multiply, because 0.25 is 0.5 square, 0.5 square, and 0.04 is 0.2 square. So if you remove the square, you will get x is equal to 0.5 into 0.2, which is equal to 0.1. So the answer of this question is 0.1. Okay.